Hello, good evening, good day, and good afternoon from beautiful Mariposa, California, home of talking with famous people. As always, we're here today on America's only YouTube channel. The difference between today and other days, perhaps, however, is that Rachel and I have a guest in town, a visitor at the house. A man named Cameron. Hi, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. How goes it? And while I may not have a whole lot of excitement in store for us today, I do have a flight of flowers in store. And we'll discuss which flowers will be traveling on this flight and their virtues and or deficits. We did the first half of this flight earlier, but we stalled out at weed number 5, I believe. So we've got a couple left at least.
I think I need to do, I think I'm at 6 myself, and I have my artifact. Whenever the viewers arrive.
Okay.
We can
We'll take our time.
hold back for a minute and then go to
And, we may have lean attendance. Saturday night's not especially good for live streaming, but so it goes. Yes, a flight of flowers. That is to say, we're trying different marijuanas today that Cameron brought up. For example, Gremlin. This one's called Gremlin. And this one I have to look at it more carefully.
They require reading glasses, some of these bottles I found. I skipped reading them altogether for that reason.
This is number 7. And please get back in here. And then number 1. There goes 6, 7. And then since I have a little extra out of 1, 2, and 3 each, I'll revisit 1, 2, and 3. I'll put 5 and 6 back in here for the moment.
All right, I've got 6 ready, so we can do number 6 together.
Yeah, let's do 6 together, okay? Hi, Nabob. How's it going? We're evaluating some weed things here.
Oh, hey, Winston's mom. Howdy. What kind of flower am I? I don't know. I might be a rose. I don't know. I never thought about it.
I think it's very possible you're a daffodil.
A daffodil? That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Winston's mom missed our meal.
We didn't have Indian food tonight, but we did have Spam fried rice tonight. Because I opened the Spam yesterday, and, if I don't use all the Spam in 2 days, just might as well throw any leftovers away because it's not going to stay good that long. So we're trying weed number 6, also called Gremlin.
I kind of smell a purple smell.
I can smell that.
Sort of fresh and citrusy, purpley.
This smells kind of Hawaiian.
A rose by any other can would not smell as sweet. Whoa, Winston's mom has the Shakespeare going on.
Yeah, well, Nabob, I will tell you, it's quite likely that that's going to be provide him a better, say, height for putting his hand down while holding the bong so that, I'm guessing that might have something to do with it. Or maybe Cameron has just decided to feminize his leg crossing.
They're discussing my leg crossing?
Yes.
I missed it. You showed his crossing his legs a little too.
Delilah Duran says, "Fuck bitches, hit switches."
Fuck yeah, Delilah. I'll hit my hydraulics on my fucking low any day.
What switches are the switches that she's talking about?
They activate the pumps in your hydraulic lowrider where it bounces up and down. For instance, in the in and out drive-through where you could bounce your car up and down.
They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty.
Gonna catch me riding dirty. Gonna catch me.
Yo, Holmes, you ain't never gonna catch Lil Piosa riding dirty. That means small clown in Spanish. Lil Payaso.
There's a really good horchata mix made by El Payaso. You get it at Value Mart, I think it was.
Adolia Vato. Adolia, Adolia Vato. What does that mean?
Adolia vato, no sé qué es. Adolia. No sé.
Listen, Holmes, it's like an avocado, but for white people.
Adolia.
For the huevas. The huevos.
Órale. Oh, órale.
Oh,
Órale,
órale.
vato, what's happening? Sí, claro que.
Oh, sí. Hay demasiado chupacabra en este pueblo. Oh, sí.
No podemos esperar. Ay, güey.
Cameron.
Sí,
Señor Cameron.
sí.
¿Qué hora es?
Es a las 8, posiblemente. ¿Cómo se dice el automóvil cuando empezar? Pinche, puto, cabrón. Es como
That's a
el
Spanish
carro.
joke. I like that. It's an interesting Spanish joke. Oh my God, I never seen no car like this before. I'm gonna go to college. Hey, I went to college, okay? I got my degree in sociology. What did the Mexican kid say when his homework flew away in the wind? Come back, essay. That's a fantastic dad joke that's actually like a kid joke, but that's wonderful. I'll tell you an equivalent joke, Durant. There was once a Mexican magician, and he said, "Uno, dos," and then poof, he disappeared without a trace.
I love that joke.
Mm-hmm.
Adios.
Well, number 6 is fine. Doesn't really stand out in any particular way. You want to try it?
Sure.
It's not too heavy for an OG of some kind. I like that.
Sort of spicy throat for me, but does it have a flavor? Let me try for flavor again.
Never Wrong says, "Hi, Unc. How's it going? It's going well. Rachel and my friend Cameron is here to visit us. He just got here this afternoon, and he brought a number of new and exciting marijuanas to try. Where's our Doritos? I don't think we have any Doritos, do we? Of course, when you buy a bag of Doritos, it instantly disappears because you're compelled by their magic bliss point taste flavors to eat more of them, according to some people. I don't think so, but some people do think so.
Has like sort of a dirty water hot dog taste.
Dirty water.
Dirty water hot dog.
Yeah. That's what they call the, yeah, you know.
Sure.
Higher than a cholo on Easter. What's a cholo on Easter?
What do they do on Easter? Oh, I think Abuelita leaves so they can party at the house, probably.
Cholo, what you mean, like a Los Angeles Mexican or something? All hail Eric You know, even if you don't want to get in on that uniform hailing of me, is fine. But what I don't want you to do is make it hail at my house. Haribo peach rings appeared in one of my dreams. They're called Haribos. It was in a short that I made. I was wearing a Haribo peach ring bracelet and the video went viral. Maybe I should make Rachel a Haribo peach ring bracelet.
But they don't make peach rings. They make the peach gummies.
No, they make the peaches.
Yeah.
How can I take existing peach rings and turn them into a chain with lengths of peach rings? It'd be impossible. You have to make it that way, right? Or you could try to like remelt them together.
Yeah,
with
remelt them together. Yeah.
Oh yeah, slice and then you put a little like water or I don't know, just
Would
stick
it
it
be
together.
water? See, I was thinking of melting it, like making it melty so that it's sticky together.
I see
Maybe
nabob.
like a zap of one lighter on one side.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Just a quick heat
And
and,
then
then
it-
stick.
Yeah, yeah.
That might
I don't
do
know
it.
why I was
Yeah.
thinking that, but water could possibly work too.
I think yours might work better.
Nabob says, my girlfriend is starting to accuse me. She sounds like my wife. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da.
Thanks, Prism.
Thanks,
McPot.
Brendan McPot.
Wow.
What a wonderful person you are.
How nice.
The peach rings were all together like a flower. Oh. So it was a bracelet evocative of flowers made out of peach rings. And by a dream corporation that you made up called Maribo.
What an interesting dream.
You were trying to keep it PG, huh? That's good. I appreciate your efforts.
There's a whole thing where people take money and they fold it into flowers and give a bouquet of this money flowers to young people who graduate. So here's your like flowers that are made out of whatever denomination of money someone folded it into.
I never heard of that.
Maybe it's an LA thing, I don't know.
One Up M says, what the hell? It still doesn't let me donate Bitcoin. I know. Can you believe these cavemen and their old-fashioned ways at YouTube? Is this an intervention? I don't think so. What are we intervening about? I'm ready to pull weed number 7. How about that?
Oh, I've got 7 right here and ready.
Oh, you're already loaded up, huh?
Well, I'm actually ready to sniff. I'm not loaded. And I have a special artifact for, whenever it's a good time. Maybe after we smoke number 7, I'll share the
All right,
artifact
cool.
with the fans at home.
Does Kendrick Lamar have a dance, or does he just like
He just kind of walks around a bit.
that? Like, does he do the hip thing? I don't even know if he did. He just.
Can you smell that weed? Can you smell that and get back to Thanks. I think he dances exactly like Mick Jagger, actually.
You want me to do that?
I want you to dance. I want you to do Kendrick Lamar dancing as Mick Jagger.
Oh my God, they're so opposite.
Okay, do you think Kendrick Lamar dances more like Mick Jagger or more like Axl Rose?
More like Axl Rose.
Mm. Let's go, son. Okay, my son, I will go. Where did you serve? I didn't serve anywhere, really. I mean, I've served like dinner to people before. I've served a tennis ball in a tennis game.
He's been served. You got served.
Yeah.
You got out of it. Nothing happened. Get served, nothing happened.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've gotten served in a dancing contest as well. I don't remember it happening, but if I ever was in a dancing contest, I don't doubt that I got served. Well, Mexico pulled out the win and deserved it. It looked like the better squad for sure. Here you go, Rachel.
Thank you.
Would you try this bong rib? I don't particularly love the taste of number 7. It tastes like it tastes a little swampy.
To me, it smells sort of like a brown citrus.
I was born in 1971. Wilco Roger that. So I did serve in Vietnam, but I was just a toddler. Nevertheless, I rose to the rank of captain. Drags, drags, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down, poop, 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 America, 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 American idiot.
Okay.
Don't want to be an American idiot. That's like what I think when I see that. We're North American scum, okay?
Ooh.
Right. The thing is, Oleg Gibson, there are American idiots. I don't think Rachel and I, Cameron, really qualify as such. We're more, at least me and Rachel, are more of the North American scum variety, which is we're entitled and spoiled and stuff. We're not really that dumb. For example, if I were to comment on somebody's live stream, I would have a lower emoji to word ratio than you.
It's out in North America.
No, we're not communists at all, motherfucker. Hell to the no. I'm all in favor of capitalism. Where's the black women at? Well, sometimes I'm a black woman, but not today.
You know, I like this. It tastes like a fresh lemon pledge or something.
You got different taste buds than me or something. I think
Yeah, we
I
don't
didn't
really
say
like
I
the
liked
same
it. I
flavor.
didn't
Yeah,
say
we
anything
don't.
about it.
Cameron and I had for a long time often not like the
Really?
same tasting, the ones that taste
Oh, yeah.
different. We
Yeah,
like
for
different
sure.
tasting ones, yeah.
Different taste buds.
Funk intro, Oleg Gibson 4 subscribers. He does. Wow.
Funkin' true.
That is remarkable and amazing and wonderful to know. I'm going to see what it sounds
No, it looks bad.
like.
Oh, his earring. It's so classy.
It's a little musician-y, right? It's too musicianshipy, but that's fine. I don't mean to be shitting on your stuff.
Me neither. It's totally fine. They're good at what they're doing. They're clearly like at professional level. Hey, Lori G.
We are alive, Jason Underwood. We are alive and kicking. Our bloods are pumping.
Hey, Isaiah Rude.
What's up, Isaiah Rude?
Our bloods are being oxygenated by our lungs. If I had a live, it would actually be entertaining. Subscribe to find out. Well, you know what, Nabob? I'm not convinced that it would be actually entertaining.
Oh.
The thing is, I know from years of experience just how hard it is to sustain a compelling spew of banter at all times so that nobody feels like there's any lull in the pacing of it, especially when it's all being generated real time. Nothing but air and the ether of space. Huh? Are you so sure you could do that? How big are the tots? We don't have any tots. We don't have any tater tots. We don't have any small children. You need 20 subs and you don't want to buy them. You shouldn't have to buy them. Nabob, if I already subbed to you, it's fine. If you need 20 more subs, then get some subs, it's fine.
Hey, Eric, I was going to join the chat, but I don't have the password for your Wi-Fi right now. Do you want to mute that and tell me or something? Or
Hold on, it's just coming up.
Rachel
I
will
just
show
shared
it
it
to you
with
on.
you.
Oh, Here's your shirt.
You should get like some sort of message.
Oh yeah,
popped
it
up.
just did it. Cool. Thank you.
Cool, you're welcome.
You gotta love the future with stuff like that. I don't have to type in 80 characters.
R. Kagari, based in Japan. D. Lucky Experience in Las Vegas. Jessica Kent. Jessica Kent is so close to 1 million. She's got 999,000 subscribers. She must be like, ooh, when will you get here, 1 million? These are people that Nabob subs to. Looks like he may have some secret pictures of Capillo. Stay hydrated. That's good advice. I need to stay hydrated. I was super dehydrated when I peed last time. Here's a link to, oh, good. Where's his mom put it? If I didn't say hi to you, Lori G, hi. You know, as you may or may not know, Cameron and I know each other from Los Angeles. We started hanging out not that long after I started the YouTube channel, probably like better part of a decade ago, but not an entire decade ago. Has blinkered today yet?
Blinker at today, yeah. I think you had like 300 or 600 subscribers when we first started hanging out, if I recall, on your channel.
So Cameron says I had 300 to 800 subscribers when we first started hanging out. So that was probably pretty early on.
It was probably like 8-ish years ago. Something like that, maybe 9, I don't know, maybe 7.
Yeah. But I actually know Cameron all the way back to when we were kids. Cameron's brother was in the same grade as me. Bailey was somebody I hung out with periodically in high school, but I didn't really hang out with Cameron at all. Cameron is, what are you, like 2 grades younger than me?
Correct. I'm 50.
Right, so
Class of 91.
when I was in senior in high school, Cameron was a sophomore.
However, all the slavery structure works, I think you're right.
Yeah. Hi, Leo. How are you? I hope you enjoy the wonderful times of pleasure and enjoyment for the entire duration of your time here. Which one of you would win in a fight? Cameron would win in a fight, for sure.
I don't know. Eric has the Yeti factor. You know, one clobber on the head with those, sledgehammer fists, and I might just be out. You never know.
I mean, I wouldn't want to hit you with my hands because I might hurt my hands. So it would just be, I'd just be kickboxing, but just with the kicks part.
You could do the thing like on the Three Stooges where you just hold my head and I'm swinging, but your arm is a lot longer. It might be like that.
Maybe I could do that, yeah. So, Pepe, the honest answer is, I'm sure Cameron would. I've never been one to be very athletic and stuff, How much longer is my arm than Cameron's arm? I don't know.
I just suspect it would be longer,
Well,
somehow.
you can tell how long the foot is by your forearm.
I can.
How long your actual foot?
Yeah,
or how long
your foot is the same length as your forearm.
it kind of is, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they teach you in art. That
I didn't
certain
know that.
body parts. Yeah. So
Well, he's got bigger feet, so yeah.
Let's just
your
do
head
this.
Let's see.
And your head is both of your shoulders. Like that.
So this or
So like the full, like.
It's over my pit to there is this many.
this many?
Yeah, let's see, what is that? 2 foot 6.5.
2 foot 6.5. All right. So I'm trying to.
I
I guess I'm just trying to accurately show. Did you have it
I
flipped out
held
like this?
I held it like this
Okay,
with
so
my
up in
arm
my
going
arm.
down, and then I touched the bottom of it there.
Yeah.
I just kept track of where that was.
So this is 2 foot and 4.5 inches. Yours was 6.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you got an inch and a half on me.
mine was 6. Yeah, 6.5. So
What about
I
your
got
feet? How long are your How long are your feet?
I don't know. Let's see. Your
Sorry,
feet
folks at home, you're missing it.
feet are 10.5 inches.
All right.
My feet are 11.5 inches.
I can't wait for the comments to say, "Why don't you measure your?"
We won't be doing that.
Can we do mine? I'm curious.
Okay, so why don't you want to measure your foot first or your arm?
Oh, my arm's gonna be short.
Your arm is like 2'1", and your foot is 8.5 inches. Yes, you can tell me about Mappa. What is Mappa? Rank each other's moms on a scale of 1 to 10. I mean,
Your mom gets.
they're all moms, you know. My mom's dead. Rachel's mom's kind of a bitch. Cameron's mom is kind of a weirdo. So, there you go. I do not wear a brown belt with black. Oh, you're not talking to me.
I have brown shoes though.
Oh, she's got you. She has brown shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And you're being racist. I think you look
black, brown,
fantastic.
and brown.
Yeah, I think it works beautifully.
Thank you. Thanks.
So Mappa is Mothers Against Penile Atrophy. Whose penises are the mothers worried about exactly? Everyone's? Just, is it a mother, once she gives birth to a son, has concern for this embedded in her?
That's in itself a racist statement. YMDRJV.
Most importantly, Yimdiver Dr. VGJV, I'm not white. I'm fluidly transracial. Okay? My race changes all the time. Accordingly, I've been every race. Accordingly, I've incurred every disadvantage that any given race might have. And accordingly, everybody else is more racist than me. I'm the only one who's not racist at all. Because I've been every race.
Food?
No, he's just looking for
Thanks, Lori G.
getting comfortable with Cameron in the room, I think.
That's good.
I'm doing sleepy eyes when trouble looks at me.
If he starts meowing, well, I know he does need more, I think.
The General Nowhere says, you're not supposed to wear a brown belt with brown hair. That's interesting.
Trouble didn't like that. Start to pet pee pee. Trouble's like, no, if you pet pee pee, then fuck you.
Everyone. The mothers care for everyone's penises, huh? Okay. Well, I'm glad my wife's not a mother. Then, what are talking about? Right now, well, we were briefly discussing penis atrophy, but now we're talking about what we're talking about. You're not supposed to wear brown shoes with brown eyes.
Okay.
Then I'm out.
Wow. Rachel, you just got to stay away from brown entirely, I guess.
Wow.
What about a brown shirt? Is that okay? I've got brown pants on.
You do.
They're overalls, though. So, oh, right, I was going to continue smoking this weed, is what I was doing before. We were talking about women's hygiene. We're talking about fast food. I don't know what to tell you, neighbor. The answer is always brown and Mappa. I'm not allowed to wear blue jeans with the person to your right wears a blue shirt. Oh, well, I am to Rachel's right.
You do kind of coordinate today, though.
Yeah.
My blue jeans with your blue shirt, your brown with my brown.
Except here's the deal. These are clearly different shades of blue.
Yeah, they are.
Very different. Even Judbug agrees with that, and he's no expert on blue.
Eric, how did you manage to get overalls living up here? Did you
I
them?
ordered them on Amazon.
Okay.
I do play guitar, Jake Foster. I play the guitar with my hands. Thanks, General Nowhere. I appreciate your seizing control of the chaos around here and trying to impose some rules. Because everybody loves it when there are more rules. A dime? That's a big penis mole. I would definitely go to the doctor.
If you go to Canada or something, can you get free healthcare, or do they say no American, go home? Like, can one just go to a socialized medicine country and use their stuff?
I think you have to become a Canadian.
You can't just show up and like tell them I need my teeth pulled or something.
No, I mean, even, yeah, like,
There's probably some sort of thing that happens if you're on vacation, a traveler or whatever, and some emergency happens while you're in Canada. But I bet even then you have to reimburse them some of the costs or something.
yeah, probably most of the cost. I would say probably all, because, like, I had to pay, well, I still have to pay, California, because they didn't take my health insurance, even though I had it for New York. State to state is different, it changes, depends on the state, so.
It's really demoralizing. Well, it can be demoralizing dealing with medical stuff. Getting the right people to see and right interval of visits and all that stuff. It can just be like truly frustrating.
It is truly frustrating.
I have a friend who's on disability. He was in like a major motorcycle accident when he was younger. Now he's almost my age, and he is on disability. He legitimately, can't walk very far at a certain, at a time. But the system that he has to deal with, it makes him, it's depressing to be a part of it. You can't earn money or else you'll become
Yes.
disqualified. So
True.
you can't live like even a poor person off what they give you. So they force you into the black market. You have to do stuff for cash on the side or whatever. And so then it makes you have this like dual life, which I think a lot of people have a non-taxed life, a non-documented income. It's normal. I buy and sell a motorcycle or scooter or something. I'm not gonna put on my taxes. But in any case, he has to keep poor.
Julie and Estrada, the reason you're not talking to famous people is because you're talking with famous people. All right? And who are those famous people? They are all the people around you, everywhere you look. Okay? Now, somebody said, "Do you play the guitar?" Yes, I do play the guitar. I'll play a quick song on the guitar. One quick song for Jake Foster. No, Cameron does not play the bass. So, you're hitting 500 now. You were batting 1,000, but now you're batting 500.
I could draw a bass.
I'll play a cover, okay? Well, yeah. Well, you might call me a rambling man, 'cause I do a lot of them and I do them names. And the kids call me names. My daddy was a Willie Woodrow. I was born raised and I'll get a football boy looking for a place to do my thing. I'm gonna find me a wealthy woman in a line of work that don't take no loans. 'Cause I ain't got much to lose, but life's a game. You might call me a good time fella, but I ain't no black and I ain't no yellow. Just a wild boy looking for a place to do my thing. I don't want no handout, and I don't want any part of anything they do. And I'm proud and white and got my songs you sing. Well, I said a few things and I'll admit it. If you wanna get ahead, you gotta home and get it. Just a wild boy looking for a place to do my thing. Thanks, guys. Thanks. How swell of you. Hey, who do you miss a lot now in your life? Not really anybody. How about you?
I see friends as like lifelong friends, so I don't necessarily miss
Are
people.
you going to go eat or no?
It's like they might be close or might be far, but
Yeah, I think I'm missing something that's happened after when somebody dies, maybe.
yeah, that's what I miss. That's a good point. That's when I miss somebody. Yeah, once they're passed on. Oh, geez, Nabob. Sorry to hear that.
Thanks, Jake Foster, for loading that honorary bowl. I appreciate it. United we stand, with Biden we fall. Okay. Well, I'm not fond of Biden either, so. But, you know, I'm also not very fond of politics at the moment. It makes me feel like I got dumpster water all over me.
What does?
Politics. Talking politics always makes me feel like I was throwing some trash bags in the dumpster and dumpster water splattered all over me.
Not fun.
And I'm like, ew, 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 ew. Of course, I'm like that. Hi, Lightbo. Sorry about your dead mom, Nabob. Already said I'm a joker. Just trying to keep the chat popping for the algorithm. We appreciate it, Nabob. And together, our two dead moms, we find a couple more dead moms, put them all together, we might get one living mom out of it.
Whoa.
I'm not sure if anybody's ever tried that before. Has anybody ever tried to see what happens if you just combine a bunch of corpses into a big Cuisinart?
I can think of one group, but you know, it's not a good one.
Well, yeah. I was imagining these people all dying of natural causes, but maybe it only works if they die of natural causes. That's why it's hard to do, is because it's hard to collect enough fresh bodies dead of natural causes in rapid enough succession to make one new living person out of them.
And you have to get them to sign right as they're dying, so it's
Oh
legal.
man.
That's the tough
So
part.
what about
Good
people
point.
who are in a coma? How do they sign? They don't have it. Do they get it? Does the person in charge of them have to sign off on it? You know, because like if you're in a coma, you can't. You need a, what do they call it?
Power of attorney?
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe they have to sign for it.
yeah.
Girlfriend in a boma, I know, it's serious. What's the difference between a pile of dead moms and a Lamborghini? Dead moms aren't very expensive to maintain.
Henry O'Malley, one's in my garage. Okay.
Nabob, will you stop talking about your penis cancer, please? It makes me want to, like, shield my own penis from the discussion so it doesn't have to hear it. All right? Oh, God, Brent. Will you not be so horrible and crass? Why? Why would you say such a thing? There's no reason for that. You're just being needlessly provocative. Needlessly, and I must say, in a not very gentlemanly fashion, provocative. It's okay, Brent J. This is a family-friendly show sometimes. Right now is one of those times. Casey Jones wants to know if anybody wants to talk about MAPPA. Apparently, in his country, as soon as a woman gives birth to a child, she becomes a huge hoe. That would be a lot of complaining that Frankenstein women would do. 4 personalities in one. Oh, I see what you're saying. If you had 4 moms combined into one living mom, 4 dead moms, it's true you might have an extremely distilled form of nagging. But I think what I may have talked about with Casey Jones last time, that he talked about MAPPA, was the interesting reality that even though you hear about MILFs, you never hear about MILFs, which are mother-in-laws. Why not? Why aren't those a big deal? Well, it says, specifically the pistachio donuts from Tim Hortons, I would trust you to solve a crime as a cop. Ninja says, are you thoroughly enjoying the spotlight we, the 17 people, have placed on you? Not that much, but more than not doing anything really. So I did get, I mean, yes, I'm fully vaccinated, and I also got that horrible COVID shot, which is not a vaccine, obviously, because it does not vaccinate you against COVID. But I had to get it because the nursing home said that if you don't get it, Eric, you are not allowed to go see your dying mother.
That's right. That happened.
Yeah, it sure did.
Yeah. Freedom wasn't the same as before COVID.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't have been, forced to wear a mask and do all random crazy
It was horrible, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't even substitute teach anymore because of COVID. Which is, I mean, it's not the worst thing, but I wouldn't have tendonitis in my elbows and my shoulders if I was just substitute teaching.
You got a point. Lightbo says, hi Rachel, looking radiant as always. Today I'm auditing a few of my junior doctors and I feel bad because some of them are older than me. And it's awkward telling them about their deficiencies.
Oh, that is awkward.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I found it awkward in like a work environment if I've had to tell someone what to do but they're older than me. I felt like really awkward about it. Even if it's like a cleaning lady. If she's like 10, 20 years older than me, I just have this weird thing about telling someone, ordering them around.
I never had to do that really.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do it like ordering someone around, but still, it's just like, it's weird.
Well, Ninja, I didn't want to get the vaccine, the so-called COVID vaccine. I also didn't particularly feel strongly about not getting it. I found it annoying that anything was required, but I also didn't. I don't like to lie. You know, I just if I'm going to, I'd rather either say I'm like I'd rather get actually vaccinated, or say I'm not vaccinated and make a big stink about it. Be like, I'm not vaccinated. I'm not going to get vaccinated, and you can't keep me from seeing my mother. So I had to make a decision. Did I want to do that? Make a big stink about it? The answer was no. Why didn't I? Because I was following my dad's lead. He didn't like any of this COVID shit either at all, right? But he did take seriously like that we should all care a lot about my mother, even though it was hard for me to care about her a lot when she was like super dementia because there was nothing of the mom I remembered left really. So yes, I do. I am wearing the same clothes I wore yesterday, and I'm even wearing the overalls the day before as well. And the reason is because I feel like it. Because I don't know, I haven't changed. I haven't taken a shower in the last couple of days. Or if I did, I must have put at least one of these things back on, you know? Any advice on how to be stern and mean? Oh, yeah, sure. Keep it short. Keep it short and let the other person segue out of that experience as quickly as possible. That seems like good advice. Nobody wants the long version of why they suck.
I'll tell Justin Timberlake the long version or the short version of why he sucks. I really don't like him.
Aren't there, are they masochists or sadists? Isn't there somebody who likes to be abused? They like
Those are masochists.
masochists like to have someone like stomp on them with high heels and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Some people like that.
Right, but those people like that in a fully consensual way. Not they don't actually like to be mistreated. I wanted to respond to. Oh yeah. Wait, how do you keep it short when you need to continuously correct their deficiencies? Keep count. This is the second time I'm telling you.
Yes.
Meow, 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 meow.
Yeah.
This is the third time I'm telling you. Meow, 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 meow.
It's a do the compliment sandwich. First, I'd like to say I'm really glad you showed up, and you're wearing that nice suit. Second of all, you suck at your job. Third,
No, but
I
see,
really look forward to golf later with you.
she wants advice on how to be stern. So do not do that. And also, lots of people are going to find that just like, okay, can you not treat me like, I'm some animal you're training, please? I don't like being manipulated so overtly like that. I'm sure other people feel the same way. So
Bring donuts and then no, I don't know. I guess not bring donuts to be stern.
if you're trying to be stern, it means already they think the problem is that they think she's not to be taken seriously. They're not taking her seriously enough because they're older and male and she's younger and female and they're in Qatar. Yes, we're talking about a baby for you. Casey Jones, you want a baby? I'm a full-blown masochist, however I go in and out of retirement. If you have any questions, feel free. You go in and out of retirement from being a masochist, you mean?
I wasn't even thinking about Justin Timberlake being a masochist, just a misogynist. And, like, he cheats on his wife, he cheated on Britney Spears.
Oh, is that what Cameron was talking about when he said masochist stuff?
Oh, I don't know. I was just saying that I just don't like Justin Timberlake.
Okay, I'm
And
not
I
sure.
give him
I'm not sure how the masochist thing links to anything else, but Rachel is very mad at Justin Timberlake right now, which is kind of a strange time to be mad at him because I understand you being mad at him back when all those Britney revelations came out, but the other thing that came out recently is that he got caught, got a DUI. But I guess probably because you got a DUI one time. You want to see him
like,
be punished the same.
yeah.
I saw the game, Brett. I'm not gonna. There's no way I can ease the harsh reality of that game. Rachel is the God Queen. Cover it with cheese. The Candyman can. The Candyman can. Oh, well, I don't have any questions, but
Neither do I.
I'm not sure how the subject came into
There
being.
was something that I related it to you were talking about, but I don't recall what the comment was.
Because I think that, in fact, Justin Timberlake doesn't treat his partners very well, but that doesn't mean that they're masochists. It just means that he's a douchebag.
Yeah, he's a douchebag. He's a major hardcore douchebag, and he thinks he's not, and that's the thing. It's like, how can you think you're not a douchebag? You 100% are.
There are certain people that make me mad, and I go like, "Oh, that meh, 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 meh." Some people that make
This is
Rachel
good.
mad.
Yeah, and I grew up listening to NSYNC like hardcore on repeat, like seeing them in concert and stuff, and I never liked Justin. I was like, this guy is so cocky and he thinks he's so funny, but he's not. And I liked Sexy Back. Like, I liked that album and I liked that song and I liked Cry Me a River too, but like, I still just was like, this guy is so full of himself.
So, Cameron,
Yes.
we've got Rachel picking Justin Timberlake as the celebrity person in the world that makes her mad at the moment. I can think I really was, ooh, that Amber Heard. That lady really made me mad during when I heard about the stuff from the trial. And also, like, ooh, that Meghan Markle.
Ooh, I still go, ooh, that Meghan Markle, and I don't like Amber Heard either.
So who's a celebrity that makes you go, ooh, that, yeah?
I have kind of dropped out of a lot of the media that would tell me that information. Like, I spend my time looking up YouTube and working, and I don't see news. I don't go to the movies. Like, I don't know what's in the theater. I don't listen to commercials. I don't watch a TV set. So stars don't mean anything to me right now, actually. I don't even know.
You're going to contract celebrity deficit syndrome.
Oh, I have it.
Okay.
Napalm in the legs, wow.
Yeah, Casey Anthony. Good one, Casey Jones. I like that.
Yeah, I did know that. Just came up with it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. I remember when it came out. It was like 2004.
But yeah, Casey Anthony. I agree.
It was
Horrible, murderous,
Oh,
horrible
terrible.
bitch. I need a new beverage. I got this beverage. It's fine.
Is Casey Anthony the one who killed her kid? Is that what she did?
Yeah.
She put him in the car in the lake or something?
Yeah.
Or what did she do?
I think she's the one who. I think. It's first of all, it's very dark.
Oh
I don't
my
really want to
God,
talk about it. Hey, Bob, you're getting
Sweaty.
mad. I'm doing something to you. I don't know. At least removing that. Allegedly, Diddy defiled Bieber back in the day.
Sad.
Fucking gross.
Yeah, disgusting. Diddy's disgusting too.
The problem is, in Qatar, we follow American guidelines which emphasize the importance of certain new core competencies. The things I'll be conveying will be relatively new to them. Well, people love change, especially when directed to change by somebody younger than they are. That's going to be a lot of fun for everyone involved, I'm sure. Oh, God. Okay.
Fuck you, Nabob, stupid dick.
I will
Yeah,
put
hey Bob, what's your deal?
I will put him in timeout. All right. He wants to be saucy. Let him be saucy. He can do it in timeout.
Alright, I've earned a cookie. I'm gonna get the cookies in.
Sweden citizens can take a year off with pay if found ill. Okay, well, good for them. How nice for them. I'm essentially explaining new rules to consultants of 15 plus years, and you will have to follow them up consistently. Also, you're right, I'm 2 brains in 1 right now. Maybe you can use that. You could say, even the baby inside me knows you're doing it wrong. It kicks when it watches your appallingly bad doctoring. How about that? I think your colleagues would appreciate that. I think they would love that. Well, Irish gamer, you're not the only person in the world who feels that way. One small trick from psychology: people are nicer when they can see themselves. Can you possibly stand in front of a mirror? Well, I don't know. I need to move around on my legs more. Like, if I sit for too long without putting my feet up, my lower part of my legs start to feel kind of swollen. Like, I don't know.
Would either of you guys like Sausalito chocolate macadamia cookie?
Not at the moment, but I have a feeling I will.
Yeah, I'll pass for right now, too. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't ban him. I timed him out because he was being like, hey, you, hey, you know, like just beating a dead horse. Annoying Cameron.
And me.
And Rachel, yes. And not that he wasn't annoying me. It's just that this fly. I don't like that fly. I'd like it to die. Well, I don't know where the fly went.
It's the best thing to search for.
Yeah,
It's
it
better
is.
than going to Google. It'll do a very specific thing that Google just doesn't do. It's great. I use it all the time.
Do you?
It'll do great lists like, yeah, I use it all the time. For everything, even little dumb stuff.
I use it for like vanity things that want but I don't want to pay for. So like I want to know what my seasonal color palette is, right? Like colors that look good on me. So I take.
I'm assuming you're talking about when I was on mushrooms, right? When I was on mushrooms, I was tripping pretty good, but believe me, that's nowhere near 10, okay? There are definitely higher numbers than that. I have attained on plenty of occasions. But, yeah, I'm not intoxicated at all right now, really. I'm awake on enough Adderall to feel awake. I don't feel super sprung, so I'm not like full of chatty words and such. Um, the dynamic is a little different with Cameron here, so I'm trying to feel out the vibes there. Like, I seem more comfortable chatting when I'm in here doing the streaming, etc. Etc. Schmudbetera. It's nice out. I know there are going to be bugs though when I come outside. I already know. I'm going to get at least one mosquito try to land on me. Now, believe me, when a mosquito lands on you, it's not there to just take a short rest and then fly away. It's going to try to suck your blood out of you with its disease-infested insect prodding mouth. Prodding with its disease-infested prodding insect mouth. There's a bat. So that's why mosquitoes aren't popular. When asked what's your favorite animal, no one ever says mosquitoes. Oh my god. Like some like kind of gothy word, it might be like tarantulas or something. Or even cockroaches. They just kind of try to be punk rock. But nobody would ever say mosquitoes are my favorite animal. Or you think anybody, how many people would you have to ask in the world, what's your favorite animal, before one of them said mosquitoes? You think you could ever get to that point, or you'd ask every person in the world and run out of people before you got that answer?
Some snake owner is breeding mosquitoes in a bucket on his, in his room. And his favorite animal is the mosquito because he feeds it to his gecko or whatever.
I don't think there's any kind of pet that you can get of any sort that the best idea for you is to feed it live mosquitoes.
What if somebody hates their neighbor and they can grow mosquitoes on the patio to keep their neighbor from going outside?
They have to be contained somehow, right? Because you yourself don't really want to get bitten by mosquitoes.
But what if you're
have to wear something like a bee?
Mm-hmm.
What if you're a super inside person and your neighbor is always outside playing volleyball with his family, making noise, and you don't like it?
You love the mosquito.
So then you put a bunch of buckets of stagnant water in your backyard and let nature do the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
But even then, you probably don't think mosquitoes are your favorite animal.
No way.
Okay, these aren't both guests. This is my wife, Rachel. This is our guest, Cameron. I could do some citronella stuff, yeah. But I think what I'll do instead is take a moment of standing in the garage to hit this vape. Because even though I quit smoking cigarettes, I have habits of moving around that persist a little bit. Earlier today, I actually had I got distracted by Hector Sanchez. Big dog, game theory again. You're screwing yourself over to spite your neighbor with mosquitoes. Well, the thing about that is, I will address it in a second. I'm looking for the mouse. There it is. All right, so I'll go into the garage and address the thing about game theory. Spite is the thing that kind of breaks the idea that game theory explains like cooperation or something. Because first of all, people aren't necessarily making strategic decisions there are plenty of spiteful people in the world who engage in spite no matter how little or much you have done to earn it, right? The prisoner's dilemma provides us a nice, lean example of the mechanics that underlie game theory, which are the mechanics of shifting between zero and non-zero sum frames. In other words, how you play the prisoner's dilemma game changes depending on whether both people get to keep the coins they earn at the end of the game. I did get bit by mosquitoes up there. If I'm going to go outside this time of evening, this time of year, I really need to put on a long sleeve shirt, maybe even spray some bug repellent on me or something, because it's not like swarming with shit tons of mosquitoes like you might see in an episode of Naked and Afraid or something like that, but there are enough that just a couple of minutes outside, you'll have a few mosquitoes landing on you for sure. Okay, I don't have my glasses with me, annoyingly. So I will get them. So I can see what you're saying.
Right here.
Yeah.
Flying's super uncomfortable.
Yeah, for so many reasons. Like, I don't want to fly. I want to go somewhere I can drive my car. That's it.
What's my name? What's my name?
Okay, so there was something I wanted to dress up here.
Who had childhood anorexia? Who was that storyline about, Eric? Do you know what that's about?
I've not heard about it. It's incredibly depressing already, and you haven't even started.
It's a pretty depressing story.
I don't want to hear about it for sure.
I just wasn't sure if it was something that was already known.
And if we could all have a hive mind and choose the positive choice, we'd all be better off. Well, I mean, that's not what game theory tells us. What game theory tells us is that a good strategy, a good default strategy for any situation like the one talked about in the prisoner's dilemma, is for your strategy to be nice, um, reactive, and forgiving. So basically, default to cooperating. If they defect, then you reciprocally defect. So you punish them for defecting by defecting yourself, but then you try to be forgiving again. So it's having a short memory on having been betrayed, but only after you get even. That's what game theory teaches us is the optimal strategy against a random other strategy. I found a baby bird in the lawn. What should I do? When it was nice, not a bitch, and forgiving. Okay. So nice, not a pushover, and forgiving. I'm a little heartbroken about the Supreme Court ruling Friday's bunch of BS with regard to the Second Amendment. What was the ruling? I thought they didn't they uphold the right to bump stocks or something? Or did they uphold laws putting a ban on bump stocks? Maybe I misread what I read about it. I read something about it recently, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. Airplanes are glorified city buses. I don't think they're glorified at all. I think they're just airborne buses that travel between cities.
Do you have to obey on an airplane in a way that you don't have to obey on a bus? Because I think in an airplane you're kind of subject to some sort of...
Yeah, you're getting more trouble. Yeah, you're getting more trouble if you act up on an airplane.
On an RTD bus or any bus, can you get an equal, like...
No, they won't come down as hard on you. They will not come down nearly as hard on you for that. Dave Porter now works as a bus driver.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and he says that the rate of assault in the bus driving profession is extremely high.
Yeah.
Why?
Some crazy mofos getting on the bus.
Oh.
So Big Dog says, yeah, they said bump stocks are now allowed. Well, that's good. I mean,
I was always nice to I always made a point of being nice to the bus drivers because I don't know. I just prefer being nice to people.
yeah.
I think there are a lot of people who use the bus as their sort of like day mental health clinic, hotel, day room, park bench, I thought. But who knows?
There have just been so many of these silly laws, federally, at state level, etc., that try to restrict just, to shave away gun rights. Well, can we restrict these kind of bullets? Well, can we restrict this kind of shape? Can we restrict this kind of shit? What we see for sure is that none of those gun laws, obviously, work to prevent gun violence. So maybe we should stop passing those stupid laws. Pro tip, a well-timed Kegel at the exact moment a mosquito bites you causes it to flee in a blinding panic.
I thought only women do Kegels though.
Oh yeah, I agree is still an incorrect ruling, but that doesn't bother me that much. the fact that the Supreme Court upheld a ban on people who have been already found guilty of domestic violence charges from such people owning a gun. I mean, I'm not in favor of what you might broadly call post punishment added punishments. So once you've done your crime, done your time, they shouldn't be. Once you get out, you shouldn't have extra punishments. But I mean, in general, I don't think that having committed a crime, having been found guilty of a crime, once you've done your time, means you thereafter enjoy fewer rights. I don't think so. However, um, people who are guilty of domestic violence crimes are, in fact, more or less, at least to some degree, scumbags. So I'm not going to cry for them too much.
And who knows, they might have already been through a diversion program before they get convicted. You know, maybe a second time around to be convicted, if you know what I'm saying.
Right. Could be. I mean, it's true, big dog, that we are going to end up drawing the line somewhere. That it's not going to be, the individual doesn't have infinite gun rights. The individual has no right to own a nuclear weapon. However, what I'm saying is there's no way to stop people from killing or using guns to do violence against other people without making guns themselves illegal entirely. And we see in plenty of societies like Japan, England, where it's illegal for individuals to own guns, there are dramatically lower gun violence rates. But that is not going to fly in America at all. So,
I just heard someone shooting a gun.
Oh, really?
Outside. Yeah, you know.
okay.
How far do you think away?
I thought you
Not that
heard
far.
somebody like out front.
Yeah. Yeah, they just do it sometimes.
What,
Yeah.
4th of July coming up? Or?
No, it's because you can in these woods, you know.
Yeah.
It's a place where it's legal to shoot your gun.
Yeah, like honestly, it was probably like, it's hard to tell because the sound bounces off the mountains.
Yeah.
But it wasn't far. It was definitely not far.
Wow.
I want to go out later. I can't believe it's 9 o'clock and it's still light out. It's crazy.
Wow.
I want to go out later and see the full moon. Supposedly, like, I don't know. My dad sent me this article said it's the most colorful, but like, I don't believe the naked eye will be able to see the different colors. Like, I can't. I don't know, but.
Optimistically cynical. I think you need to get a second opinion on cause of death. Now that I've given my response, I will read what this person said out loud. I took my son to the park. When we got home, we found his goldfish dead, which is a tough situation for any parent. How do you explain autoerotic asphyxiation to a 4-year-old? My response is, I think you need to revisit the cause of death. Radiation is as harmless as microwave cooking device. Yes. Look at the nuke test footage. It's 100% fake. Glad to finally know you're a Biden supporter? You think I'm a Biden supporter? Why would anybody think that? Maybe we should consider, like, what I feel is the common denominator against most mass shooters is debt. Each one went into debt, especially when obtaining the weapons. Well, I don't know. The point is, I don't like the idea that special government people are qualified to have guns because they're in the army or the police or whatever. But regular people aren't qualified. I mean, I can hardly think of any group of people who've shown themselves to be less qualified to use handguns than the police. You know? Did we land on the moon? Is this some sort of litmus test for you, 9 meals away from anarchy? I didn't land on the moon. If you mean, did you and I land on the moon together? No. We definitely did not. I don't have any particular problem with the assertion that the moon landing was real. I also understand why people are willing to consider the possibility that it wasn't. There are plenty of reasons to keep an open mind regarding that, given especially the time of cold, I mean, not that it's better now, but given the fixation with secrecy and the behavior of like the CIA during that period of time. It's understandable why people are prone to thinking like we need to question a lot of shit, right? Because there's plenty of good reason to question lots of shit. There's no reason to believe people when even they are telling you we're choosing only the things we want to tell you. So there's no reason to believe that what they're not telling you isn't this, you know, whatever it is. But as far as the moon landing goes, I'm pretty sure we landed on the moon. People say things like, well, why can't we go back to the moon now? They're sorry, we lost the technology. Well, because the thing about the challenge of getting to the moon is weight. Okay? The thing that early tech moonlander shit had going for it was an extremely small payload. Nowadays, NASA doesn't want to attempt anything with that small of a payload.
I think China just went to the moon like this past month or something.
Yeah.
And another time recently. Like something about the dark side of the moon, or I don't know. Supposedly they did some really cool stuff, but you might not necessarily hear about it.
Wait, Jonathan Earl, are you saying that conspiracy theories are a Russian conspiracy theory? A Russian conspiracy? Wow. Ivan Rob, tell someone something. Well, what I'm telling people is we should all be sympathetic to anyone who wants to vigorously question accepted truths. So while it's almost certain that we did land on the moon, and it's 1,000,000% certain that the Earth is not flat, it's also the case that evolution is bullshit. And almost everybody who is, you know, a skeptic or a rationalist or whatever affirms evolution. So that's just because I understand why. It's because of the confusion between genetics and evolution. What a weak argument. It wasn't an argument at all. I just made some claims. I haven't justified any things I said, right? So I did not substantiate any of the claims I made. I didn't substantiate the claim that the moon landing is almost certainly real, that the Earth is definitely not flat, And also evolution is bullshit. I substantiated none of those claims. I'm not interested in making all those arguments right now. I made no arguments. I just made unsubstantiated claims. I've substantiated them in other instances, though. All right, not me. Fine.
Aw. Aw, yes.
Okay. Well, India, says Big Dog. India went to the moon recently? Did they? What did they do there? They're like, see, China? We can go to the moon as well. We are also capable of making it to the moon. Do not think you are better than us, China. I think that's why India went to the moon, if they did. They probably...
Their payload was effective, though. They brought a lot of rain jackets and rafts and things. They were just making sure, just in case that season, the rain.
Oh, they were watching out for the monsoon.
They didn't have any satellites. They had all, vinyl rain jackets and stuff. There's a hypothesis that the bad moon landing footage was actual studio footage that was put out because they just gave us shitty footage instead of showing us real moon footage. But who knows? I don't know.
Well, I mean, there are good reasons to be suspicious of NASA. For example, remember those old pictures of Mars that were all red looking? All the rocks look red. Well, it turns out that NASA added that red filter to make it look red. It doesn't actually look like that at all.
Mars is not red?
No.
Nice.
What?
It-
Mars is
planet.
not red, but I swear to God, in the sky it looks red.
No, it does look red from Earth, but when you look at it from the surface of it,
Oh my God, it's
it
not
doesn't look red.
Wow.
It kind of looks like, the desert around Southern California.
Okay.
Like kind of like rocks and except without any plants. Just rocks and dirt and stuff. We're just regular colored rocks.
Huh.
So why in the world would they have done that?
Yeah. Why would they?
I mean, part of it could be to obfuscate information so that other countries can't benefit as much as we can. Only put out some sort of bogus stuff so that if other countries are only getting what we put out in the press release, then only the American scientists really get the real stuff. Does that make sense?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It makes sense when you're asking. I don't know the answer to that question. The thing is, I know that NASA admits they can't go to the moon. They still can't go to the moon. In fact, they've attempted to subcontract out the work to a private U.S. space firm. And the winning proposal involves SpaceX providing the rocket and to the moon, but they're still because of the way that their rocket is so huge, it needs to be refueled in space, and they have to send up additional rockets. It's like they don't even have enough rockets to do it right now.
You have to make a whole docking station with space fuel.
Yeah, I mean,
take space
the
fuel
thing is,
up and then use space fuel to go far.
obviously NASA can't use the old shit from 1970 or whatever. Be like, do we still have that back there in the warehouse? Well, can we just use that again? No, obviously they're not going to do that. They're going to say, this tech is too old. We don't even have computers shitty enough to process the things coming from this. It's got no modern instrumentation on it. Of course, if you want to update your moon landing module, you're going to have to account for a lot more payload weight because you're going to have to put on there more sciencey equipment, more modern-y stuff. Just it's no longer good enough to just go up there with the absolute bare bones, with minimal amount of science calculations you can do, because after all, that was good enough then, because it was the first time anybody's gotten there. All you got to do is just somehow get there and get back and take a couple pictures, and huge success. But I think everybody agrees that they don't want to use 50-year-old gear. Astronauts probably don't want to be like, are you sure this space module's still like in good operating condition? Like the nuts and bolts on it are all 50 years old. Well, that'll be fine, I'm sure. Just it worked last time, didn't it? I mean, of course you're not going to do that. The ISS is in low Earth orbit. Space is a term thrown around so loosely. Well, I mean, the moon's in a rather close orbit to Earth as well, compared to, for its size, so. It still wouldn't convince anybody. They'd say it was all, oh yeah, likely story. They found something from before, as if, you know how big the moon is? How are you going to see something from last time? People will be like that.
What about the moon rocks? Are those just rocks from Baker, California?
Well, I mean, they are starkly different in composition than the moon rocks the Chinese brought back. So, all right, it is 9 meals away from anarchy. You need to realize something. The government is a much better liar than to do that. Good liars mostly tell the truth. And that's what the government does. It mostly tells the truth. And then it doesn't tell some truths, and it tells a few lies. And therefore it paints a misleading narrative when it wants to, in lots of circumstances. But that doesn't mean, of course, that just because the government might be capable of lying about anything and everything, that they are lying about everything. Remember, the government comprises a bunch of individual people who work in conjunction with each other and in conjunction with elected officials to implement the laws, etc. Well, nobody has any obligation to say anything, and it's not necessarily an example of wickedness to lie, although I think it's always ill-advised and no good comes of it. You can't actually establish that it's not a rights violation. That's what it boils down to. So you can't really establish that it's actually bad. I mean, I guess you don't understand the dynamics of like intelligence agencies and stuff. Remember, most people in the government, in a variety of ways, in a variety of capacities, do not work for any kind of intelligence agency, obviously, right? They're just normal Americans doing a normal job in above board ways. The government is a good liar. The intelligence agencies are. They're effective liars anyway. So, accordingly, they have to keep it that way. Keep it like the vast majority of people in government are obviously just regular American citizens. I mean, pretty much everybody is, but most regular American citizens, number one, cannot be trusted to keep secrets. At least any good secret haver wouldn't entrust them to keep secrets, because even if you can threaten them into silence, that's a very inefficient way to go about accomplishing things. A bunch of unwilling participants in a big secret scheme that's held together by threats of violence against mass numbers of people involved in this conspiracy. It doesn't work like that. You got to think smarter than that. Well, I guess I'll probably wrap this up when I go back inside. This is a weird looking bug. What kind of bug is that? Get away, bug. Let's see what kind of bug it is. It's a moth. Oh, stop it, it's a moth. Oh. I'm sorry you guys had to see that. It was a moth. Nobody likes moths, obviously. They're night butterflies. Night versions of things are never up to any good. Buffalo. I can't read it. I still don't have my glasses. Michael Jackson, I can read. You got to be starting something. 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 Rachel's listening to Kendrick Lamar in there. So I guess I'll probably wrap this up in here so I don't get copyrighted going in there. It's not been a super long stream, and that's okay, because it's been a reasonably strong stream and rather gay. That's my poem this evening now. I'll bid you goodbye and say piao piao.